When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. If he's led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue will come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Hello everybody, and once again welcome to the FRTRWLR podcast. We made it back for the second week in a row, which means that we hit 5,000 subscribers, and I still don't like the name. Nope, nothing.
You mean 5,000 likes, right? Don't you?
We made 5,000 likes. The deal was, if we made 5,000 likes, we would upload the first podcast, and we did it yesterday or this morning. So we're going to upload the second podcast. That means.
Yeah, sounds good.
Great, just show a little bit of enthusiasm, guys. Don't you? You're just leaving me hanging. Christ. Well then. Once again, I am your host for the next half an hour or so. My name is Dan, you might know me as Delta from the page, and also here with me is...
Crow, you might know me as Jean also. My name's Callum, and would you like to go next, Sarah?
Oh, well, Sarah, or everyone knows me as Data.
And we have a fourth member today, guys. You're really not very good. No, yeah, say that again. Who have we got?
Hey guys, I'm Kurt, otherwise known as Mogar from the page.
Fantastic. You see, Kurt was originally meant to be on last week, and I spent loads of time making a background with Mogar in it as well. And then he comes about the day before or something and says, oh no, I can't do it. Or something like that. And I was really annoyed. Because then I had to change it. Although I think the background kind of looks okay, because I'm terrible at everything, and so I think it looked okay. And you guys haven't seen it, so I really don't know where I'm going with this. Probably
you'll have to tell us once it's finished.
Okay, so that was the first bit of technical difficulties for the evening. 3 minutes in, Callum made a perfect speech. If Callum would like to have a go at it again, it was great.
Well, seeing as the audience who watched our last podcast would know, we did the intros last week and discussed how we got into Rooster Teeth. So, Kurt, how about you tell us how and when you got into Rooster Teeth, and sort of the story behind it, any big things and any little things, how long it went, etc. Just
give us the gossip.
How you got into Rooster Teeth.
So mainly it was sort of a little bit back in about 2012. I saw a little bit of Red versus Blue. Thought, wow, that looks really stupid. Didn't really think of. Thought, what is this? What crazy characters are going on in this TV show / YouTube show? And then about a year later, I had a mate of mine show me some, I think it was Achievement Hunter GTA 5 video. Not quite sure what it was. But from there, I basically watched all their GTA 5 videos, got further into Achievement Hunter, then into Rooster Teeth, and basically from there on in, never looked back.
Never looked back.
And
is that about it?
Basically, religiously watched RT for the rest of those weeks and days.
That seems pretty similar to mine. I sort of said I discovered the first episode of Red vs Blue before I sort of realised that Rooster Teeth was a thing, and then came back to it later and realised, wait a minute, this is perfect. Why didn't I like this the first time round?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what it was. I'm pretty sure it was just like a Facebook ad or something, and I was like, oh,
I think this
Halo.
was before I
like
played
it.
Halo, so
I
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I think I'd play like Halo 1 before, and I was like, oh, I enjoy the game, I may as well check this out.
Oh yeah, well. Anyway, so, okay, what a wonderful story. And I'm going to say it again, guys, we need to pick a name for this podcast, because we haven't really been talking about it as much as we should have, but, we're 2 podcasts in now, we really kind of need a name for it. Has anyone got any ideas?
I stand by 3 Aussies and a Brit.
See, if you could work out what Sarah said through that, I like Sarah's name actually. I think it's a good idea. Do you want to repeat it for the world to hear?
3 Aussies and a Brit.
I quite like that. It's comedic.
Yeah.
We might go with that. We'll
What
see.
What about when people aren't Australian?
Oh, that's fine. It's comical then.
And British.
It's comical.
Fair enough.
3 Aussies and a Brit.
Everyone except for Dan,
Hello.
if they're not Australian, has to put on an Australian accent all the way through the podcast and can't drop it at all.
Well, that'd be really hard for you guys, wouldn't it? Ooh.
Oh yeah.
The struggle.
Headshot.
Anyway, no.
I just revert back to my Kiwi accent.
Damn what? Damn what? Someone said damn. Okay, well, never mind then. Well, we're going off topic because the main reason for the podcast today, I'm going to date us. It's been about a week now. I think it's been just over a week since Captain America Civil War came out. Oh my goodness. Has it already been a week? I remember when it was like 6 months until it was coming out. Oh.
I remember when it was like 3 years. God, I heard about year 9. I'm in year 11 right now.
So, the person who literally saw it a couple of hours ago is in here, so I think we're going to go to Little Miss Sarah first. You know, Sarah, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Give us your opinion.
I loved it. I think my two favorite people in it is Ant-Man and Spider-Man.
Ant-Man.
I loved how Ant-Man became really, really big because we usually see him shrink a lot. So it was a good change.
I just realised I'm going to put a
Since
spoiler
it's
warning
his
at the
only
start
ability.
of the podcast.
Probably
Yeah.
should do that.
It's a little bit
I was
late.
thinking that as soon as she said the thing about Giant Man.
Pictures of spoilers from the back of cars all throughout the start of the podcast.
Okay, so before we continue, why don't we establish what team we're on? And
that's a good idea.
give a little thing of why, if you have anything, or whether you were just picking it because your favourite character on any team. So, Dan, would you like to go first?
I would absolutely love to go first. Thank you very much. I mean, come on. If you are seriously anyone other than Team Captain, then you're bananas. Because Team Cap, absolutely all the way. There should not be restrictions and literally. I don't know what I'm talking about. But Team Cap all the way, because not only has he got the morals, he's also got Ant-Man. So I think, just as a whole, that should imply that Captain America should absolutely win. What about you, Callum? What do you think? What team are you on?
Oh well, I was Team Cap all the way from the start, because not only is Captain America one of my favorite heroes, his morals and just his reason for doing this is really in line with how I see the world. Probably the quote that most resonates with me is, if I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it, and sometimes I wish I could. Because that's just I have this thing where I need to help people, and sometimes even when I'm not in the right mindset to do so, I still feel like I have to, so I just have this sort of hero mentality that is in line with Cap's. And I mean, it was just all the way through. I hate restrictions, I hate rules, I hate having to follow orders of people who I don't know what their goal is, whether they're just doing it because it's the right thing, or whether they're doing it because it's just it benefits them. So yeah.
So Team Cap.
Sarah, what? Yep, Team Cap. Sarah, what team were you on?
Team Cap, but only because Hawkeye and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man! I've been waiting for it since the last damn film, and I said it as soon as Ant-Man finished. We're going to get some Giant Man. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
It was great. Kurt, what team are you on? What do you think of the movie?
Well, going into it, I was Team Iron Man
Boo.
because of badass suits and witty remarks.
Get out.
And
You're just
leave.
explaining Ant-Man over again. Christ.
then sort of going into it, yeah, Team Cap in the end.
Yeah.
Also, we had a change.
That's good then. It
Yeah,
shows
sort of.
We're really getting a lot of technical difficulties this episode, so we're going back into it. Yeah, Kurt, you changed. You had an epiphany, and it was the right choice. So what do you think of the film, though? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty darn good. Really good visuals and fight scenes, which was basically a large reason, I'll say.
What's your favourite bit?
Not to mention Black Panther.
Oh, he was awesome.
Probably just the fight scene with Cap, Bucky, and SWAT team members or something in that just huge apartment building.
Oh, and the one
Where
that
they were
went then onto the highway, which was a freaking awesome fight, by the way.
Yeah, and they had a vertical fight going down the stairway. It was pretty cool. I reckon
Yeah.
it's basically that.
So before we continue, did anyone have a dividing opinion midway through the movie, because as the movie went on, I started to doubt Team Cap a little bit and sort of see Iron Man's point of view. But then later on in the film, I just like I went back to Team Cap, but midway through I was conflicted. I was like, I see both sides of the story now, but I'm still on Team Cap. But like Team Iron Man makes sense to me now. Did anyone
I
get
was
that?
sort of like that. I was sort of like towards the middle. I was like, oh, maybe Iron Man has a point and all that. But I was still like Team Cap, but I understood why he was doing it.
I think that was...
Yeah, I was like that. I was like, oh, well, I sort of went like back to Team Iron Man towards the end when it was revealed that Captain America knew the entire time that, well, not the entire time, but most of the time that Bucky had killed his parents, and he just didn't tell him. So I was like, oh, sort of feel sorry for Tony, but then, yeah, it wasn't really his fault. That Bucky, like, it wasn't Bucky's fault that he did it.
Coming on from that point, okay, so firstly, the film was certainly very long, I'm going to say, and part of the reason for that was possibly because they were doing things like playing the same sequence 3 times, by the way. They played that whole motorcycle car crash scene 3 times. Was I the only one that called immediately from the first time that they showed it that would be Stark's parents?
I sort of had a feeling.
I had a feeling it was someone important to like one of the heroes. I thought it would have been someone related to Steve Rogers. That's what I thought.
Well,
Yeah, I
That's
thought
what
someone
my
like
friend thought.
I thought someone related to Peggy, like it could have been someone from Shield delivering it,
See, I don't get
like
that.
a
though,
Shield
'cause
base or something.
Bucky was on Team Rogers, so I don't know how that would work, because it would have to lead to the fight with them and Stark at some point, so...
Yeah, but I think it was, like, the way I was thinking it was, that would be the deciding moment. That would be, like, Cap is divided. He's sitting there with the piece of paper in front of him, and then he's just like, should I sign this? Should I go Team Iron Man, or should I stay and fight? I felt like that would have been a good ploy to give him a little bit more of a, to give him a little bit more of an inner conflict, because I felt like the movie, like the sides were set really fast. I think Black Widow's was a little, like, she had a little bit of inner conflict in her. She didn't want to leave Steve, but she knew she thought Team Iron Man was right. I felt it would have been better if Cap had that inner conflict as well, saying, are my actions truly right? Am I truly doing what I should be doing? Like, am I doing the right thing, or do I think I'm doing the right thing?
I had a feeling from the trailer that Black Widow would sort of go to Team Cap.
Well, that
I
was
wish she
the rumor,
didn't.
wasn't it? That she was a double agent or something.
Yeah.
I wish she didn't. I mean, I wish they should have just like stayed with her. Like she should have kept that choice and gone through with it all the way to the end. Like, I felt like she could have let Steve go or something, or said, this is your last chance. Go. But I feel like her sort of like attacking Black Panther, that sort of ruined that scene for me a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. She didn't really attack him. She just sort of stopped him from going anywhere. And I think, in all honesty, it showed like partially a bit of character development, just because it shows that, you know, she doesn't just follow her lead. She is her own person, and she truly believes that, like, she trusts Steve, which is the whole point of it. Steve has been in charge of the Avengers the whole time, and like, I think it was a good scene to add in, even if she wasn't working for Steve the whole time. It was a good sort of addition to the whole thing.
It was good. I just felt it could have been better. But no, overall, the movie was fantastic. The Russo brothers did an amazing job, and it's honestly my favorite Marvel movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Ant-Man's still my favorite.
Oh, I love a bit of
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
What about?
I should watch
What
that
about
on DVD later on.
What about Spider-Man? That was the next thing we were
Yeah.
going to lead into. Spider-Man. Holy freaking hell, I think they nailed him. Peter Parker for sure absolutely nailed him. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yes,
It was
he
so
was
good.
brilliant.
I like how he kept
brilliant.
trying to have conversations in the middle of the fights.
Yeah, because he's a kid, so it makes sense.
was sort of
Kurt hasn't
worried
spoken
about-
much. Kurt, what did you think of Spider-Man?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good, but I had one beef, but it wasn't really with Spider-Man. It was with his aunt.
Yeah, she was a bit young in the scene,
Oh, she
and
was
that kind
so
of made me
hot.
feel a bit.
Sorry, what?
She wasn't. Oh, for God's sake, she wasn't that good.
She was really attractive.
She was very young though, you're right.
Yeah.
I was sort of worried about having 15-year-old Spider-Man, but you know, I think he looks pretty good. The only beef
Yeah.
that I have with Spider-Man, and that isn't really beef as such, it's literally just one scene where, okay, so his suit is, like, they're trying to say, oh no, it's realistic, but no, it's very CGI, right? And
Yeah.
in one of the shots that you see him, he grabs Bucky's arm, right? And then you see really how skin tight that suit is, and it is fucking disgusting because the suit rides
Yeah.
right up into his armpits, and you can see his muscles going out and really awkward. Ugh. No, the suit is way too skin tight. I think if they'd have gone with a sort of slightly looser suit, it would have looked a bit more comfortable and a little less creepy.
A little bit more practical as well.
A little. I liked the whole sort of explanation about the goggles sort of muffle the vision or whatever. I don't know. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Dull the senses a little bit, so he's not like getting a sensory overload.
Leading on though, so
Yeah,
Spider-Man. Oh, go ahead.
Good.
No,
Yeah.
go.
What do you think about the choice of like using the actual like gauntlets on his arm instead of having him just shoot webs out of his hands?
Well, most of the time he actually does use the gauntlets. I thought like the actual web shooters were.
Yeah, that's like the original.
They were more of a thing like Sam Raimi. With Sam Raimi's Spider-Man's was the one who sort of reinforced the organic webs, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he produced the webs, but what didn't make sense, like thinking back, I liked it because it was a little bit more cooler. Like he was making them, he wasn't relying on technology, and there wasn't going to be that ploy of like the web, he could run into web cartridges. But it didn't make any sense because if like he ran up against a wall or something, and like that little slit in his suit where the webs came out of, like went over that little area on his wrist, he would literally just shoot the web straight into his suit, and he'd be completely defenseless.
I think it's on the
Yeah.
outside.
The web shooters make more sense for practicality.
The shooters are on the outside of his suit, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but the shooters are on the outside of his suit. But in the Sam Raimi ones, he was firing it from his
Oh.
wrist. When he had the suit on,
Yeah.
like if it had have covered that part of his wrist, he would have just shot the web straight into his suit, and then he would have just basically bloated himself.
Magic. Movie plot. Hang on, though, wasn't the Sam Raimi suit pretty much like it was 90% rubber, like, and it was kind of I saw behind the scenes of them trying to fit Tobey Maguire into it, and it's just like it's just one massive piece of thick rubber and looks really horrible, and I've never been able to unsee that. I think.
I love the suit, but the behind the scenes stuff of it doesn't look that good. I think the Mark Webb ones, the Amazing Spider-Man, that was a lot better. That was a lot better because it looked more like Spider-Man. But the movie was okay. The movie was okay. I can go and watch it, and I could enjoy it at the time. It was just they didn't get the Peter Parker right.
Yeah.
What in Sam Raimi?
No,
I didn't think it was.
Sam Raimi. No, Sam Raimi was Sam Raimi nailed the Peter Parker. Mark Webb nailed the Spider-Man. But what I like about Civil War is they got the best of the both of them and combined them, and they got the best version of Peter Parker and Spider-Man that they'd done. Because he was so funny. He was so filled with life. He wasn't just sort of like, oh, look at me, I'm Spider-Man, I'm gonna kick your ass. This is really, really cool. Like, this is amazing, guys. Come on, seriously? He was such a kid, and he was so energetic. It was really good. We've been talking about Spider-Man for a little bit too long now. How about we move on? What did you guys think of the ending? Because the ending, from what I've heard online, is very controversial. Like, some people love it, some people hate it. What did you guys think of it?
I think the ending could have been better. Just like a little bit better.
Sort of ended a little bit too suddenly, but sort of keeping the bit of suspense it has to. Sort of.
Yeah.
It was
I'm gonna sound like a bit of an amateur here, but was there 2 credit scenes or 1?
It was 2.
Second
Second one really didn't matter though.
I
Second
saw
one.
the first one and then I left.
The second one basically
credit
it
sequences.
shows Peter walking back into his room. His Aunt May, she's like, "Where are all those bruises?" And he's just like, "Oh, I got into a fight with someone today." And she goes, "Oh, who is it?" And he goes, "His name's Steve."
From
And
Brooklyn.
then his little web shooter is like is like showing like red lights pointing out of it, like something like a laser pointer, and he's trying to cover it up while his aunt's looking. She leaves the room. He points it up on the ceiling, and then there's the old classic Spider-Man logo, the red one with the white eyes, just that circle.
Spider signal.
And then the spider signal, and then it basically just cuts to black, and it says Spider-Man will return.
See, the behind credit sequences sucked. I think for this movie, they were not great.
The first one was okay. First one was okay because we got to see Wakanda. Yeah, they could have been in the movie. That was my only problem with it. The Spider-Man one could have been an end credit scene, but no. I think the Bucky and Black Panther one, that could have been in the movie. That should have been the final shot of the movie, and they should have shown something of Thanos or something, like one final teaser of him before we see him.
We've had a lot of Thanoses. Yeah. I want Guardians of the Galaxy. I wanted a Guardians of the Galaxy behind credit sequence, because we're not going to see them now until the film. Unless they put them in like Doctor Strange.
That goes out next year, isn't it?
Yep, 2017. Can't wait. Great film.
So long.
So I was
so keen for that movie.
I was gone for a little bit, but did we touch on the other new addition that we had to the film, Black Panther? What did everyone think?
It kind of annoyed me at the start, the way he just like kept wanting revenge, but like towards the end of it, like he kind of got on my better side.
I liked him definitely from the start. I liked that realistic level of vengeance. Like, he has the capabilities to take revenge. I mean, if someone kills your father and basically ruins any chance of equality for your country, you're going to be pissed, and you're going to want to kill that person who did it. And that scene where he chases Bucky down the road and he jumps on the back of Steve's car.
Awesome scene.
That was incredible, the fact that he could like run faster than the car.
Yeah.
The Black Panther.
Even like just as he was even running like just as fast as Captain Rogers, and that's like without super serum or whatever.
Well, he's got the
Rogers
power of
has.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
He was better than I thought, to
True.
be honest. I went in slightly worried. I wasn't really looking forward to Black Panther, but he was much better than I thought, and his suit is freaking awesome, by the way.
I love that scene where he's getting shot by the helicopter, like the 50 cal chain gun, and he just sort of stares at the guy doing it like, "You gonna keep shooting me? I can literally do this all day. Here, let me check my watch."
It was kind of cool. I'm trying to think. There wasn't really anyone else that was introduced in it. Was why was Martin Freeman in the film, by the way?
Oh, we got a bit more of the Vision.
Yeah, Vision. Oh, Vision pissed me off though. Vision really pissed me off in that movie. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
Yeah, he was just too. So like he knew that he was there to keep Wanda from leaving, but he was too much of a dick about it. He could have just said, "Look, I'm worried about you. I don't want you going out there and being attacked, and I don't want the public to see you as a terrorist. I want them to see you for who you are and the person I care about. Can you please just stay, and I'll go get what we need." But no, he kept like teleporting in front of her, blocking her, grabbing her. He was very forceful and aggressive. I'm just like, he could have like, because like we saw like that sort of romance building, and he was caring for her. But I felt he was a little bit too aggressive in his actions.
He seems like really overprotective. Like at the start when he's like trying to keep her there.
I think he's like trying to fit in, and that's what he thinks like protecting her is. It's like overprotecting. I just loved it when he walked through the wall and just him trying to fit in as a human being.
Stupid fucking jumper.
Well, the door was open, so I assumed I could walk straight in.
Stupid.
Like they didn't even need to look at the door. Just walk straight in.
Hawkeye saved the day, which was cool. Hawkeye saved the day.
Oh yes, that was funny. That was a very good scene.
Do you want to know the other beef I have with the damn film?
What was it?
It was bugging me as soon as he turned up. Hawkeye's sleeves, he had one sleeve. It was really annoying me because he had one long sleeve and he had one short sleeve, and it was really annoying me because it's like, why
Which
the hell?
arm had the long sleeve?
The wrong arm, which is I think the case. His, like, I don't even know. It was his right arm that had the long sleeve.
I think it was the one he held the bow with the one with the sleeve, and the one he did, and the sleeveless one, that was his string arm.
Oh no, I can understand why, because like when I like first shot a bow, we had to have like arm protection, so I feel like the sleeve like protects the arm from the drawback of the string.
No, see, that is the case, but
really
he also he uses both arms though, and in the first Avengers film he was bare sleeved both times.
Yeah,
then
but like I
second
feel
one
like
he
this
gets
is just an upgrade.
It's stupid. Is what it is.
Continuity.
Stupid. It's really annoying me. The stupid sleeves.
I couldn't
I
afford
kind of
both
like the
sleeves.
sleeves.
The sleeves, the sleeves
Stupid.
look good. That's like the joke on Arrow. Don't you get cold? Well, I spent 5 years on an island, Barry. I don't get cold.
No, seriously, that Arrow's new outfit's not great either. I like the original ones.
I like the Green Arrow suit, but let's not go into DC. Let's keep it at Marvel for
It's
now.
too thick.
What did you
It's
guys
like-
think of his new bow?
I didn't
Hawkeye.
notice any difference in the bow. I definitely noticed a change in his character. He was a lot. I liked in Age of Ultron how like we got more story behind it because in the Avengers,
He was
hey,
cool
Jeremy
in Age of
Renner,
Ultron.
like behind the scenes stuff. Jeremy Renner was pissed most of the movie. He hated filming the Avengers, the first one, until the final battle stuff, because like
didn't
he
want
finally
to be
gets a
that
chance to be Hawkeye like properly, and he gets mind controlled by Loki for like 3/4 of the film, and that sucks. So I liked in this one how he got a lot more stuff. He was he was funny. He was strong.
great now.
He was just sort of he was like there, and he had some really good character development, and just those very like dad jokes. That was a good touch as well. I like that.
Yeah.
After Age of Ultron, Hawkeye just like he was suddenly awesome, and he's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like a main part of the team now, basically.
I also like
Yeah.
how he sort of cares for Wanda a little bit because he's just like those two are sort of just the team. Like she sort of follows his lead, and that was a
father
really nice
instinct,
touch.
you
Like
know?
he came back to personally get her.
Yeah.
Like if that was anyone else, he wouldn't have gone because he clearly says, "I owe you and her a favor," and that was really nice thing. Like he went out of retirement knowing that he could probably he could go to jail, and then probably not see his kids again for a while. But he did that because he's just like he's a man of his word, and he says, "I owe you a favor, and I'm going to honor that." That was a cool touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might feel like because Wanda's brother like died to save him, and
I think he was a little bit responsible.
Yeah.
Okay, so good film overall then.
Yeah, very good film.
Any sort of things anyone wants to
Again.
say about it? Otherwise, I think that did we pretty much cover it?
I think it was
Yeah.
the banter between
Bucky and Falcon.
the Winter Soldier and Falcon. That was really good. They got that. They got that really down. Like can you maybe see that? No.
Yeah. I
That's
like
so
the part
funny.
where Steve like gets kissed and then like he looks back and they're both like nodding of approval.
Yeah. They're very like guy thing to do. Like, yeah, boy. I also love the thing where Falcon manages to get Spider-Man away from them, and he goes, "You couldn't have done that 5 minutes earlier." And Falcon's just like, "I hate you."
I hate you.
That's very
Really like his
Dan, that reminded me of you for some reason. That really reminded me of you. That I hate you. That reminded me of you.
I wonder why.
I really felt bad when Falcon
Um,
got sucker punched by Stark as Rhodey fell. I was like,
Yeah.
I found that funny.
a little bit.
so
I think I heard
No.
that breathing out of the nose laugh, but I think like that scene was sad because like he was like gonna go help Cap. He was flying after Cap, and then he sees Rhodey get shot down, and because like Rhodey had been his enemy for most of the movie, he went down there to help him. He was trying to catch him and save him.
Because I feel like he didn't want anybody to die and all that.
Yeah, like none of them wanted anyone to die, and I was also so pissed off at Vision for shooting him. Though I'm like, come on,
Well, Vision missed.
seriously, like I know that was an accident, but you could have at least thought. But I think it was like because he's trying to be more human, and he made a very human mistake. Like Wanda was hurt, he didn't want anyone else to get
He
hurt,
was
so he
like
tried
worried about her.
Yeah, and that clouded his judgment. That was a nice touch, but I was still pissed off with him for shooting Rhodey because War Machine's one of my favorite characters.
Mm.
yeah. I have
Also,
one final
there's
thing.
Oh, you could cut it.
Yeah, you keep going on this topic because it's going to change the topic.
Okay. Well, there was one scene in the movie that I didn't like, and that was because it looked very fake, and it was the scene where Spider-Man's talking, and then it cuts to show Iron Man and War Machine standing there, and the background behind them, I don't know what it is, looks fake as shit. You know they're in
Yeah.
front of a green screen in that scene, and it hurts to look at. I like even in the TV spot, I'm like, oh, come on, you couldn't have spent another like 20 minutes trying to like blend them in a little bit more because the lighting's off. It's too far away from them. It just doesn't work, and it looks like they're on a green screen. And it really took me out of the movie for a second. It was Spider-Man swinging around like beating the crap out of Bucky and Falcon. That brought me back into it, but it was just that scene could have broke me out of the emotion in there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the other things I was going to talk about was what about buddy Stan Lee and Tony Stank.
Ugh.
That was funny.
It was funny,
That was
but
funny.
they could be a bit more clever about these Stanley cameos a bit. I mean, come on.
I mean, the guy's old as hell. Just let him have some fun.
They could
Yeah.
put a
That-
decent cameo in, though.
Well, yeah, they had a good one for Deadpool. But no, I think it's
Wow.
the Stanley cameos. The Stanley cameos, they've always got like that one joke that sticks with you from them. Like the one in Captain America. I thought he'd be taller.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think
They were always really good. I've liked all the Stanley cameos. What was this one in Ant-Man?
he was right at the end when
haven't
Michael Cera was doing the description about Falcon, and then
Oh yes, that's right.
it's a great scene. Love
I
it.
didn't
Great
didn't
film.
like that one though.
I thought it was funny. It was very
Ant-Man,
quick.
Ant-Man's a good film. Didn't like that scene though. Anyway, continue
Anyway,
there.
that concludes the Civil War. Someone's deciding to turn on an engine right outside my window. That concludes the Civil War talk. Then I guess last thing I sort of want to talk about is the next Marvel film coming out now. That means is Doctor Strange. So I
Dr.
honestly,
Engines.
Doctor Engines. Yeah, no, I just to lay on the land here. I don't know a huge amount about Doctor Strange. I know Sorcerer Supreme, yada yada yada. I don't even want to get into the whitewashing bullshit that's been popping up all over the place because of Tilda Swinton. But I just can't imagine that this film is going to do as good as half of the other ones. Who the hell knows about Doctor Strange in the real world? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a risk, but then again, everyone thought Ant-Man was going to fail, and it looked kind of dopey in the trailers. But then the final product was really good. I think it's Doctor Strange is going to be the first 2 acts are going to be a little bit rough, but then I'm hoping that the third act can bring it home and then make it memorable. So I'm going into the movie or thinking that it'll be good, but I probably won't watch it again unless I'm doing like a Marvel marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm really
I mean,
interested to see how Benedict Cumberbatch will play as Doctor Strange.
I think it'll be good.
I think he'll play Stephen Strange, right? I'm just wondering whether the movie will be good. I'm very confident in Benedict Cumberbatch's acting. Very confident.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, basically what I was going to say is, I don't know how to be, but I'll still watch it anyway. Basically, because it's a Marvel
Yeah,
movie.
come on, it's a Marvel film. Like, wasn't one of the advertisement campaigns
Yeah.
for Ant-Man literally just Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas just doing some stupid dance, and then they say Ant-Man at the end of it, and that was the end of the advertisement.
Yeah,
And it was just
yeah,
like,
they
Yeah.
were devastated. And he's going ants. I'm like
it was just like Marvel can
that
literally
was so
get you to do anything.
that's
at
such a
this
dumb
point.
thing, but it was so memorable. Like that's the thing. Marvel's got advertising down right because no matter how dumb it is, it will be memorable. And we're talking about a 30-second trailer for Ant-Man a year later that nobody liked.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, but it just goes to show Marvel can get you to literally go and see anything, and if Doctor Strange does well, then that hypothesis will be completely proven. Anyway, I feel that we've gone on a little bit now, so we should probably end off the podcast. So I think I don't know. I think last one, I think we did all right. We had a lot to cover in a short space of time. I don't know. Do you think we did all right this time?
Yeah, except for the
little bit-
technical difficulties.
Yeah, a
Little
little
bit
bit rough at the
technical.
start. I think it was good though.
We had some good conversations.
Definitely good. I love doing these things. By the way, just have to say, really enjoy filming these things. What about you guys?
I just like talking to you guys because we don't really talk a lot,
I like talking to me
like
too.
outside of like the chat.
Yeah. It's basically all text and like no talking.
You get more of a personality when you're in the Skype call.
Well, it's been
Yeah.
certainly fun.
Yeah.
So before we drag on a little bit more, I think it's time to wrap up. So thank you to you three for coming on to the wonderful episode of
Very well.
maybe we're calling it 3 Aussies and a Brit. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, we might be uploading this as a fortnightly thing, so that basically just means stay tuned for 2 weeks' time when we release the next one. Thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.